Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on in, welcome on in. If you guys enjoyed these videos or if it's your first time here, be sure to check the description down below and join our Discord channel. There are fun games and an awesome community of people where you can talk about anime, video games, and a whole lot more. And while you're down there, why not check out my Twitch channel where I play games, do art challenges, and best of all, have movie nights of movies you guys choose. Is that it? Wait, alright. I think that's it. Alright, let's just get to the video. Alright, we're back with some more of the Promised Neverland. Now, I know it's been a minute. I know it's been a while since we have watched this. As you guys know, Promised Neverland is pretty notorious for copyright within the YouTube space. So I had to get some things figured out. Some of the inner workings of how I want to do this series sort of worked out, all the kinks of how I want to do this. So I decided finally to get these episodes out on Daily Motion. So how I'll be doing these is basically how the beginning and the end of how I feel about the episode on YouTube rather. So you guys can see the beginning of the end, but not the actual video that we're watching here. If you want to see that, then you guys can go to the link down in the description below and click on the Daily Motion link, and that way you'll be able to watch the full entire episode as well as the highlighted reaction episode. So I'll have two links, one for the full episode and one for simply the highlights. So that's the edited cut down version. We also have the full unedited version down there for you guys. So last time, I have some notes here on what went down. Let me see if I can find them here. Where are my notes? I should have found my notes before hitting the record button. I don't know what I'm doing here. So last episode, we were introduced to Sister Crone, the new sister who would be taking care of these kids alongside the main mom. I think her name was Isabel, the tracking tech that is being used on these kids in order to make sure the moms and basically the people that are watching them, so they can know where they are at all times. We got confirmation that Isabel does know that Emma, Ray, and Norman, or at least Emma and Norman, she said two of the kids know about what's happening with these the moms sending these kids off to demons as their little meal time here. The sort of hierarchy they have here, the positions that are being shown, and Sister Crone's real intentions here to take this position from Isabel as the mother. It seems like that's a higher position than what Sister Crone is at. And then we have an even higher position, which seems to be Grandma, and then it goes up to the demons, and then their whole demon king or whatever, whoever they're serving. And they want to save the smartest kids for the Tefari, which seems to be a celebration of some sort for them to have the most pleasant meal, which are the smartest kids out here. And something into poor merchandise being sent off from other farms, and Isabel's farm is having the best sort of yield. Her farm is having the best yield for this year, so Isabel is sort of leading the charge in terms of feeding these demons. And they really refer to him as him with a capital H, so it's clear that he's someone of importance here. And then we got the kid with glasses who seems to be somebody that's sort of keeping an eye on them, because there's someone beyond just the mom, Isabel, and Sister Crone that's keeping an eye on these kids. There's someone like sort of a secret agent that's down on the ground and sort of infiltrated, kept in place with the kids to make sure there's nothing crazy going on. So I think that's a good wrap up, or at least a sort of recap of episode 3, since it's been a while since we watched it. So I'm going to be sure to watch this opening and get right into the video. Let's do it. Dude, Norman, I don't even know how many crosses that was. Norman is brilliant. The scene where he was telling Ray his plan when they were outside washing clothes, I was going to say whether or not they're going to pull the misdirect of it being instead of Gilda Dawn, or if they're going to do the other misdirect of it being a character we've never seen, and it being that character who's just listening in on them, but we never knew. But I was going to say that's a cheap out, and it would be an even better misdirect if it's a character that has already been established for these 3 episodes. So it seems as though Norman figured it out by telling Ray his plan and either not going through with telling Dawn or Gilda, or telling Dawn and Gilda that it was in the bathroom, or maybe having a third spot. I don't. They're gonna tell us in the next episode, of course. Now that he's figured it out, but he telling Ray that means that he was already suspicious of Ray from the get go. Okay, all right. That's very okay. So I just want to confirm one thing here that I want to talk about real quick. There's something here that could lead on to that info even better. Okay. All right. So the fact that Ray bring up the idea that there being merit in betraying others, such as having the guarantee to live, even though that was brought up after the fact of Norman hatching his plan to trick Ray, maybe that's for us as the viewers to understand that maybe it was Ray that went about that plan to get immunity for being shipped off, and therefore is gonna go behind everyone's back and tell Isabella. And Norman suspected that, and therefore hatched this plan to catch Ray. So telling Ray about where or what his plan is was going to be a clear way to get him caught. Okay. So Norman is a 1 million IQ badass over here hatching the double, triple, quadruple cross of the century. Oh my god, this anime is... Oh lord, now I can't stop, bro. I can't. They really gave us a lot here. Not just on the characters and the characterization itself, but just how well they're able to truly, really, what's the word? Just cement these characters in their respective positions. Because if it was going to be anyone that would betray them for survival, it would be Ray, because he was already sort of, destined to be the person that is all about survival of the fittest. And maybe he saw that staying with, maybe not Norman, but with Emma and how much she cares for the kids would be a surefire way to get them all killed. So it'd be better off to betray them and try to get immunity by telling the mom their plan and try to hatch some sort of deal with that. Okay. But regardless of how they feel about this, or at least how Norman feels, maybe that's why Norman was asking Ray afterwards, what would you do to the person that betrayed us? Because I'm assuming he was pretty sure that it was Ray, so she wants to know how Emma would feel about Ray betraying them. And regardless of what Ray does here, Emma will try to forgive him. Because at the end of the day, I think Ray's a good person, but he just needs the push required to truly care about these kids. And maybe this will be it. Maybe this will help him understand what empathy or sympathy is for having that feeling for the family or the siblings that they have. Maybe they can sort of break that sort of, that logical core that Ray has. But we're only on episode 4. We still have 8 amazing episodes to get through before we can truly see everything the Promised Neverland has to offer, and hopefully in future seasons that this anime can give us. But that's episode 4. I'm glad you guys stayed with me through it. The whole directing you guys to another webpage and all of the stuff to watch it. At least this end part, you guys won't have to actually click. You guys can watch this on the YouTube video, of course. But for those of you guys that are sticking with me through this, thank you so much. But glad you guys hopefully enjoyed this, and hope to see you guys in the next episode. Peace.